All we have to fear is fear itself. Franklin D. Roosevelt. And perhaps there is no fear more common and persistent than the fear of money. It's hard not to feel anxious or uneasy when your bank account isn't where you want it to be. Sometimes you find yourself stuck in a spiral of constant worry, haunted by the urge to earn more or to cling tightly to what you already have. You try to control every penny, every expense, believing that only through absolute control will you finally feel safe. But have you ever wondered, what if true prosperity, deep inner peace, and the ability to attract abundance come not from holding on, but from letting go? What if the more you release, the more you receive? This isn't about not needing money. It's about not letting money rule over you. Here are 5 extraordinary shifts that begin to unfold in your life the moment you genuinely release your grip on money and begin to see it as a powerful but neutral tool. 1. Letting go unlocks creative energy and attracts true abundance. Is your fear of money and need to control every financial detail holding back your creative flow? Picture this. The nature of wealth in this universe is infinite, boundless, and available to all. What limits us is not the external world, but our own anxiety and desire to control it all. It's like standing in the middle of a downpour of abundance, and yet your mind is fixated on catching just a few drops in your hands. You strain, reaching and grasping, trying to catch whatever you can. But in truth, all you need to do is let go, and your entire being would be immersed in a rainstorm of endless prosperity. When you release attachment and stop trying to control every aspect of money, something extraordinary happens. A deep liberation unfolds within you. The energy that was once trapped by fear and scarcity is now set free. You stop shrinking, you stop bracing, and instead, your energetic field begins to expand. This expansion becomes fertile ground for prosperity to move freely toward you. You see, clinging and tight control stem from a mindset of lack, a frequency of limitation. As the Buddha taught, the more you cling, the more you suffer. When your focus stays locked on what's missing or on the fear of losing what you have, you unknowingly build an invisible wall, one that blocks abundance from flowing into your life. As the great philosopher Alan Watts once said, the more tightly you grasp water, the faster it slips through your fingers. The more you let go, the more you're able to hold. And money is no different. On the other hand, when you release your attachment and allow the universe's flow to move naturally, you shift into a completely different frequency, one of abundance, one of trust. As the law of attraction teaches, you draw in what you focus on. When your focus is rooted in trust and sufficiency, the universe responds by sending you more than you need, more than you even thought possible. Think of Bill Gates. He didn't cling to every dollar. Instead, he focused on creating massive value for the world. And as a result, prosperity flowed to him effortlessly. So when that anxious, controlling energy is alchemized into creative energy, you'll begin to notice a profound shift in your life. Those opportunities, those ideas, the financial blessings and meaningful connections, they've always been there, surrounding you. But in the past, you simply weren't tuned in. You weren't in a state of openness to recognize or receive them. Now you'll have the energy to pursue the passion you've shelved for so long. You'll feel a new boldness to invest in that business idea you once feared was too risky. Unexpected opportunities will reveal themselves. Breakthrough ideas will spark with clarity. You'll start making money more naturally, more efficiently, without the sense of burnout or force. You won't just be earning, you'll be creating wealth, enjoying the journey, and doing it all from a place of lightness, inspiration, and joy. 2. Experience true inner peace and holistic well-being. Is the constant worry about money and the pressure to control every expense quietly wearing you down each day? That kind of stress can lead to sleepless nights, physical tension, and deep mental and emotional exhaustion. You find yourself unable to truly relax, your mind trapped in a cycle of numbers, fears, and what-ifs about your financial future. Are you trading your peace and well-being for the illusion of security by trying to hold tightly to something that was never meant to be held? But when you finally release your attachment to money, when you recognize that it's simply a tool, not the ultimate goal, you begin to feel that weight lift off your shoulders. You start to understand that your true worth isn't measured by your bank account or how much control you have over your finances. Your true value lies in your inner peace, in your full spectrum health, mind, body, and soul. This shift is a powerful seed you plant, one that blossoms into a life of genuine peace, no matter what's happening in the world around you. Remember, real happiness is a state of being. It doesn't rely on anything external. As Oprah Winfrey, someone who has influenced millions around the globe, once said, "No matter how much money you have in the bank or how much power you hold, you can't sleep well if your mind is not at peace." Once you deeply understand that money is just a form of energy, fluid, moving, meant to flow, not something to grasp or hoard, you begin to break free from the chains it once wrapped around you. And the more you let go of the need to control, the more your mind begins to relax. You open space within for natural peace to rise. And this is not just a spiritual belief, it's backed by science. Neuroscience and psychology have long confirmed the powerful link between financial stress and overall health. Studies from the American Psychological Association consistently report that money is one of the top stressors for Americans, impacting heart health, digestion, immunity, and hormonal balance. They've even found measurable connections between financial anxiety and the biomarkers of your nervous, endocrine, and immune systems. Which means this: when you worry less and stop trying to micromanage everything, your body naturally produces less cortisol, the stress hormone, allowing your systems to self-heal and restore more effectively. That peaceful energy you create within, it radiates outward. And almost magically, it starts drawing in more of that same peaceful abundance, both materially and emotionally. You begin to sleep deeper. Your stress symptoms ease, and your life force feels stronger, more alive. The beautiful truth is, you'll begin to live a life no longer ruled by the ups and downs of the market or the digits in your account. Your heart will steady, your body will thrive, and your mind will finally have the freedom to savor each moment without being pulled into fear over some distant future. 3. Authentic relationships free from material influence. Has money, or the desire to control it, ever created tension or power struggles in your relationships? Though many of us have come to believe that money is the gateway to high-quality relationships, that in order to gain opportunity or respect, we need to associate with people who have status, that with enough money, others won't look down on us, that wealth makes us equal in the eyes of the world. And so we chase VIP connections, hoping that money will buy us a shortcut. But deep down, are those the real, lasting connections your heart longs for? Sadly, this pursuit often leads to draining, inauthentic relationships, ones where you're constantly performing, trying to maintain a certain image that doesn't reflect your true self. When you release your attachment to money and stop letting it dictate how you relate to others, a whole new kind of connection opens up. You begin to relate from a place of sincerity, not strategy, from compassion, not comparison. You stop using money as a way to prove your worth or to influence and control others. Instead, you begin building relationships based on mutual respect, genuine understanding, and unconditional love. This shift invites people into your life who are drawn to you, not your status, not your image, not your bank account. And that is the kind of connection that truly nourishes the soul. Because every exchange of energy in a relationship must be balanced and voluntary. When you cling to money as a way to control, you're sending out an energy of mistrust and manipulation, and that energy will always be mirrored back to you. But when you release the urge to calculate, to strategize, or to control relationships through money, you open up a field of authentic, unobstructed connection. This kind of openness naturally attracts others who vibrate at the same elevated frequency. People who value spiritual depth, emotional honesty, and sincerity above status. But psychologists have shown this too. Research on materialism and relationships consistently finds that placing too much importance on wealth and possessions often leads to lower quality connections. People who overly prioritize money tend to be less satisfied in their romantic relationships and family bonds. It's not about how much they have, it's about the beliefs they hold around money and how those beliefs shape their interactions and priorities. That's why choosing not to control money in your relationships allows your heart to open. It creates space for deeper, more intentional, more lasting bonds to form. And the beautiful reality is, when you stop trying to impress or calculate your way into connections, you'll find yourself surrounded by people who love you for who you are, not what you have or what you can do for them. You'll experience true friendship, real love, trustworthy partnerships. In those relationships, money becomes just a helpful tool, something you use together to create shared experiences and value. It's no longer the center of the connection, and it's certainly not something you have to perform or struggle for. This too is a powerful seed you plant, one that will blossom into a life filled with heartfelt, trustworthy, soul-aligned relationships. 4. Discover a higher life purpose and unlock your destiny. Has your life become centered entirely around making money and trying to control every aspect of your finances? For many, this pursuit slowly blurs their sense of direction. They lose sight of their deeper purpose, forgetting there's anything beyond survival and spreadsheets. You find yourself caught in an endless loop, chasing numbers you believe will finally bring meaning to your life. But when you finally set down the burden of financial obsession and control, something powerful begins to shift. A whole new space opens up in your mind, a space that was previously filled with stress and scarcity. Your vision expands. You gain the mental clarity and emotional stillness to hear that quiet voice within you, the one that has always been guiding you towards something greater. You begin to reconnect with your deepest passions, your values, and a purpose far beyond the physical. Because when your mind is consumed by fear around money, there's no room left for life's bigger questions. Your energy gets scattered, spread thin across worry, rather than focused on self-discovery and soul growth. As Jim Rohn famously said, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." But if your mental and emotional space is constantly surrounded by financial anxiety, then your inner world becomes the average of that stress, and that's not where your purpose lives. The more you let go of control, the more you allow the universe to guide you and reveal your truest path. You begin to move in harmony with a greater flow of life. You become aligned with a frequency that effortlessly attracts the right people, the right opportunities, and the right timing, all in service of your higher purpose. And as that alignment deepens, something miraculous happens. Your personal destiny begins to unlock. Just look at those who've changed the world. Elon Musk, Steve Jobs. They didn't begin with the goal of making lots of money. They followed a vision, a mission, something far greater than financial gain. And as they committed to that mission with unwavering clarity, money followed as a natural byproduct. As the Dalai Lama once said, "The purpose of our lives is to help others, and if you can't help them, at least don't hurt them." When you begin living for something greater than money, your life begins to matter in ways you never imagined. So when you release the burden of financial obsession, the energy of the universe rises up to support you, guiding you, nourishing you, and clearing the path for your soul's evolution. You start seeing the bigger picture of your life, beyond balance sheets and bank accounts. Opportunities and soul-aligned connections begin to appear, almost effortlessly, guiding you closer to your true destiny. And here's the magic. The money you once chased now shows up with ease. Not because you fought for it, but because it now serves something greater within you. You begin living a life not just of wealth, but of meaning, of mission, and of profound fulfillment. 5. Become a channel for infinite abundance and create a lasting legacy. Clinging to money and trying to control or hoard it often creates an energy of stagnation, one that limits your ability to receive and expand your wealth. It's like trying to hold tightly to a small puddle while the vast ocean is waiting to flow through you. You think you're protecting your assets, but in truth you're unintentionally blocking something far greater from reaching you. True abundance isn't stored, it's circulated. When you release attachment and stop controlling the flow, you begin to see money for what it truly is, not a possession but a form of energy. Energy must move. You stop being a container and become a conduit. You give freely and generously, without calculation, and receive in ways that exceed your expectations. This is one of the universe's foundational laws, the law of circulation. When you give without attachment, without demanding a return, you initiate a powerful current of positive energy. What comes back is not just more than what you gave, but also a magnified version of who you are becoming. You grow in value, inside and out. Look at great philanthropists like Bill Gates and Andrew Carnegie. They didn't just accumulate wealth, they became massive vessels for abundance. Gates committed his fortune to solving global issues like health and poverty. Carnegie donated vast sums to libraries and education, believing that the man who dies rich dies disgraced. They understood. True wealth is not in possession, but in contribution. Their legacy was born from letting go. Their fulfillment came from giving. The more they gave, the more flowed through them. That's the paradox of abundance. It expands when you release control. The universe entrusts more to those who serve a greater good. So when you let go and trust in the universe's flow, your capacity to receive multiplies. Money becomes a sacred tool, not a goal, but a servant of purpose. It moves freely through your life, enabling you to uplift others, fund dreams, and build something that lives beyond you. This is where true wealth is found, not in your bank account, but in the fullness of your soul, the depth of your relationships, and the impact you leave behind. When you live as a channel for abundance, your life becomes a legacy of meaning, inspiration, and limitless giving. It's time for you to take a powerful step, to release your attachment to money and your need to control it, and to welcome a life rich with energy, true prosperity, and the destiny that has always been yours. Remember, letting go of control doesn't mean money isn't important. It means recognizing its true nature, a powerful tool to create value and live fully. This journey won't always be easy, but it will be worth every moment of awakening, every shift within your soul. Let today be the first day of the rest of your life, a life led by inner financial freedom, no longer ruled by fear, where you are the architect of your destiny. You are abundant, you are worthy, you are a limitless channel for prosperity. Before we end this video, take a moment to share your own experience with money and the process of letting go in the comments below. And if this message has touched your heart, share this video with someone you love, someone who may be ready to free their destiny too. Wishing you a beautiful day and a life filled with abundance, freedom, and peace.